Hi, everybody. Uh, Welcome back to Endless Midnight Genesis. I'm James Baxter. I'll be the DM for this thing. I'm joined by my friends Morgan,
Hello.
Steven,
Hello.
Alden,
Hello.
who is in costume, believe it or not.
That's it.
You don't
Marvel
have
with the
to believe it or not for Alex. Alex really brought it.
Woo.
Hello, darling.
You brought it too, Morgan. I didn't mean to downplay your bringing it.
These tieflings.
I know.
And Kristen.
Howdy.
This is our first episode all together. We did a kind of an experimental thing this time where everybody got their own solo session before the real thing started. Give you some role play opportunities and whatnot. So, we don't really have a lot of business. We are still sponsored by Roll20, although we're not using maps in this particular episode. Possibly in the future, maybe in the next one. More. I didn't prep you, Morgan, but can you do a little spiel for Roll20 real fast?
Oh, for Roll20, always. For any of our viewers who are unfamiliar, Roll20 is a system-agnostic virtual tabletop that comes fully outfitted with all the tools, tricks, and features you need to make your online games just as immersive as those you're used to running at home. Membership is free. You can create games and join them online through Roll20's website. Also, if you subscribe at their premium membership, you get a free asset suite each month, which can include everything from dynamic lighting packs, tokens, and now they're starting to get into isometric dungeons and maps, which is 3D interactivity with your characters. So if you haven't yet, now is the perfect time to head over to roll20.net and check out everything they have to offer through their marketplace. Thank you for supporting us, Roll20.
Thank you, Morgan, for giving us the business.
Of course.
I will say that Roll20, I mean, we were playing like one game a week before let's just say before. And then after, it was like, for a while, it was ridiculous. It was like 5 games a week, right, Alden?
I loved it.
Yeah, 6 games a week. It was
we got to
ridiculous.
match that energy, you know?
So, yeah, Roll20 really stepped up to the plate on that one. And we're still here over remote, long distance, right? It's just easier to get people together that way. If y'all had to drive all the way to my house and stuff, that'd be difficult, right?
I loved it.
I
Hang
do miss
out in person.
hugging you.
Be attacked by cats.
We did have
Yeah.
some special times, yeah.
I do like to cuddle the cats.
Mhm.
All
Yeah.
all the viewers
We
are
did
still
have
invited to
special
drive to
times.
James's house. So does I.
So, a couple other items of business. I would like to thank Cass Art Studio on Twitter for making our player portraits, which are visible on the screen next to each player here.
I see it. They're cute.
Mm-hmm. And for making all our Winkies that I put up there at the top. Cass is a consummate professional, and I highly recommend her. You should hire her.
Oh, they're so cute. Little Winkies.
Yeah, I love our little Winkies. So last time, I'm not going to try to recap what happened in each one of your sessions, but I will say that something happened, and at the very end of the session, you all in trying to survive, you made your way underground, and eventually you made your way to a bar, which was inside of an underground city, lit up with neon, which most of you were surprised to see, especially Cage. I don't think Cage would have heard anything about this before. Or maybe not Trevelyan either. Trevelyan might have heard things about it. But Void would probably be the most in the know about it, along with maybe Wink. But even you haven't been there, you weren't sure if it even existed. But now you're in the city that's underground, somewhere under Scythia. And you each individually made your way to this bar called the Lowdown. You walked inside. There is a few tables. The bar takes up most of the space, but there are a couple of tables around. There was a guy slumped over one of the tables, and as at least one of you made it up to the bar, you saw a middle-aged woman come around out, into the bar area, and y'all kind of got there around the same time, within a few minutes of each other. What do you want to do?
I think I was the first one in, and I was able to snag a drink on Russ's favor, one of the gentlemen that I ran into down in the tunnels. So sitting there with, at this point, probably just a nasty smear of dried blood across my face, wearing this heavy leather jacket that's obviously too small for me, and a stripped bare military jumpsuit, sitting there just fingering the gun that's hidden in the pocket of the jacket, and nursing the drink and just kind of trying to catch my breath. But I think Void Valentine was the second one in, yeah?
Yeah.
That's right. Void Valentine enters with, crossbow kind of packed away in its bag. Their bag, excuse me. And I believe they're the ones that went to the bar to inquire, like, hey, what's up? And I chatted a little bit, like, so do you guys not realize what happened upstairs above ground? And it was like, yeah, we don't care. And so Void Valentine was like, this is some bullshit. Glanced over and saw Wink
Staring daggers at you.
Yeah, so it's like, cool, we're cool. And that's about it. Void Valentine, they're just gonna like stay by the bar, like, I'm minding my own business.
Next in was, I believe, Trevelin, correct?
Yeah, as I recall. I don't remember what order we did this in.
Trevelin, yeah. Trevelin stumbles.
I think if you went back and you looked at each individual episode and really dissected them, the timeline probably matches up about right. I think.
Yeah.
Probably.
Wibbly wobbly timing line.
Trevelin stumbles in and he's like, oh. And he walks up and he also gets his drink that was owed to him from that the same person. But then he looks over and he sees two tieflings and he just and he just kind of looks down at his drink.
Are you going to ask the bartender? Yes,
he did. And then remember, he paid a silver for the good stuff.
Yes, I recall.
And got it.
Oh, yeah?
So I was sitting there.
At that point, then I think Wink would probably wait for you to glance her direction again and catch your eye. Just point to the bar stool next to her. Come here.
Hello. Hi.
Sit. What is a aristocrat and a jeweler doing in a place like this?
Or do I know you?
No, but I know you, Void Valentine.
That's ridiculous. Void Valentine is one of the premier jewelers. I have one of his originals. He's not Void Valentine. That's ridiculous. It would just be a ridiculous day. Are you Void Valentine? I love your work. Oh my God, you're more magnificent than I would have thought. Oh my God. But I must take you to meet Mama. Oh. No.
How did you manage to survive up there? It was a nightmare.
I ran through a portal bravely.
Oh.
Wait, things
Same.
went wrong where you were too. I definitely didn't see either of you on the front lines.
I was
Oh no.
just behind them, so to speak. Like, miles behind them.
Why?
Very far back.
Why would I be on the front line?
Yeah, no, that's terrible, yes.
Does Trevelyan wear like a visible coin purse?
I'm sure he does, yeah.
I'm gonna start while they're having their discussion, watching the door, but using my tail to try and lift the coin purse off Trevelyan's belt.
Okay. Tieflings do have a prehensile tail, correct?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Specifically
prehensile?
prehensile, yeah.
Okay, well then I won't make you roll at a disadvantage. Trevelyan, why don't you roll a what do you roll against this against a sleight of hand? I guess
My sleight of hand against his passive perception.
what's your passive perception there, Trevelyan?
Only a 14.
Ooh, that's okay, because I totally get distracted by a flashy dragonborn coming in the door and roll a 5.
Okay, so
Oh,
Trevelyan.
so I noticed
Stop,
it
stop, stop.
too.
So Trevelyan, the door opens. A very large man enters.
Ooh.
But as he does, you feel like a poking.
No, stop that. No,
Around your
I do
lower
not
back?
consent. I do not consent. No, thank you. No,
Sorry.
no, no, thank you.
Yes.
Yes, no, I at least buy me dinner first. Goodness.
And then enters
I see you.
Cage.
I see you.
That's Cage.
Yeah, and in
What
walks
paladin?
in a very tall human man covered in all kinds of freckles. His right arm is prosthetic from like the elbow down. He is just wearing white boxer briefs. Not even white briefs, just no other clothing. He does have like a full 6-pack, beautifully large, broad shoulders, small hips, the whole thing.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, hello.
And he walks in. I assume it's like, how crowded is this other than these 3 people?
There are those 3. There's a bartender who hasn't quite said anything yet, and there's a dude slumped over a table.
Okay,
That's
I'm gonna, and I assume if you guys are at the bar, I'm gonna sit on the exact opposite side that you're on, and kind of just pretend like I don't even see you, and I just is it water? I asked that of the bartender. I don't even know if she can hear me.
Oh, honey, come sit at the bar. Why are you naked?
You wouldn't happen to have an extra pea coat or something lying around?
Oh, I'll look in the lost and found. Okay, you just sit down here in all your majesty, and I'm gonna get you some water, and I'll check the lost and found. Okay, and she reaches under the bar, and you hear a faucet running. She puts a big glass of water on the bar for you. I'll just be right back.
He crosses his fingers and he just pretends like he's almost like playing a thumb war by himself. Anything he can do to make sure he's not making eye contact with anyone in the bar.
That's naked. This is the worst fucking day.
Oh, yes. I imagine it has been that for many people.
Droth,
Awful.
would you like to enter?
Yeah, I imagine you see a large green dragonborn, emerald dragonborn actually walk in. Trevelyan, you would not recognize him, but Droth recognizes you and survey the room and make a beeline straight for Trevelyan. And I stand in front of your table and I say, "You, what did you do?"
Oh, no, it was not me. I was only an adjunct. I was not in charge. You cannot blame me. Also, who are you?
It's all you and your people. The whole thing's gone.
Oh, no, he did not follow the 10 rules of mediation. I know. I saw him do it.
And they put you in charge.
No, I was
That's what
not
you
in
did.
charge. I just told you that.
What are
Sorry,
you
stranger.
talking about?
Who are you? And where did you come from?
My name is Droth. I came from the same place that he did, but I came from Barras. And I wasn't supposed to be here. I wasn't supposed to be there. But I saw everything.
But then you saw that it wasn't my fault.
Well,
after he said what he said, they were already firing the missiles or whatever.
I'm going to pull out my pistol and just point it at Trevelyan's face. I'm going to need you to shut up. And I'm going to need you, Droth, to tell me exactly what happened up there and why me and my friends were blown half to bits.
I'm not a part of this. I never was. I was drafted into some sort of army against my wishes. I was dragged on a train to the top of a mountain. Well, not dragged, but yeah, I didn't want to be there. And I saw this man and his boss who got eaten by a dragon. I saw them start the end of the world.
A dragon.
I knew this would happen. I saw this.
I want to insight check him.
Fucking dragon. See why not?
Sure.
My ass. Oh, that's really not very good. I rolled a 6 plus 2 for an 8. Yeah.
I think you would just notice Droth, like some pretty intense passion. I don't think you would see any reason to disbelieve anything he's saying.
A dragon ate his boss.
Yeah. And then I don't know if it was his people. I don't know if it was the people I was with, but someone destroyed the world. I saw this would happen. I knew this would happen, and there was nothing. I just did.
You said you were from Barras?
Yeah, that's where I came from.
What about the rest of you? Anyone else from there?
No.
The pistol that was starting to lower just raises back up. See, these fine gentlemen that I first met down here in this hellhole mentioned something called Tyr's Judgment. Something Barras had hidden up in the mountains, ready to rain hellfire. Do you know anything about like that, Mr. Monocle?
Oh, no. I only knew about the other one. The other thing.
The other thing?
Yes, the reason that the negotiations broke down. The weapon that he said made everyone have to listen to us.
And what is that?
I don't know. He didn't tell me. I'm only an adjunct.
What the hell does that even mean?
I don't know.
Is this your fault or not?
It does not follow the 10 rules of mediation. I told you this.
What 10 rules of mediation? What are you talking about?
Well, I mean,
are you responsible with this?
Really neither here nor there. No.
Are you responsible?
No.
But you know someone who is.
Well, he got eaten by a dragon. So everything's okay. Right?
I need a drink.
Here, have some of mine.
Cage, the bartender comes back from behind the office area. I'm so sorry, honey. This is all I could find in the lost and found that might fit you. And she holds up. It's like it's a bathrobe, but it's very frilly.
What color?
It's got flowers on it. The dominant color was probably like red, but there's a lot of white on it too.
I'm picturing Ron Weasley's dress robes from the Harry Potter movie. Those terrible, horrible, old, frilly...
I graciously thank you. This will do just fine. And I'll puff up and I'll put it on, and just kind of like the water that she gave me is disappeared, and kind of if you have anything to spare.
What do you mean? Are you hungry?
No, just more The water was really
you still
great.
thirsty? Okay, fine. We got water all day long. You can take a bath if you want to. Here we go.
Do you just have like a pitcher?
Yeah, sure. And she pulls out a pitcher that normally hold beer and puts that in front of you.
Bring him some food too. I'll pay for it.
Okay. What are you hungry for, sugar?
Bread.
Bread.
Butter. Bread and butter. Maybe.
Bread and butter?
That would be fine.
You know what? How about a nice steak? You want a steak?
You
look like you could use a steak.
No.
No?
Bread and butter would be just fine. Yeah.
Do we need a vegan option? Because we do have vegan options.
Oh no, it's not about the meat. It's just I think that would just be easier for everybody. Yeah.
Well, all right. I'll see what we got back there. She disappears through the door.
Vegan. This hellhole is pretty progressive.
Yes, I like it.
What about you, big man? What brings you down here?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's really a great pleasure to meet all of you. I'm Cage. I have no idea where I am or how I got here. I was teleported and then brought upon a train where a friend of mine was captured, and I attempted to help her escape, and somehow I was dropped off here. I don't know of this end of the world you speak of. I don't know the last time I saw the sunlight, and I definitely don't know how I got here. That's for sure.
Where's your friend?
I don't know. She's still upon the train for all I know.
Am I the only one who had to walk here? You were all...
I walked here. Hello.
Oh, you said portal.
Yes, but then I had to walk quite a ways after the portal. It was several miles.
Oh.
My footsies are very sore. Yes, it was terrible.
I bet those shoes look expensive.
I know they are not for walking.
I look down on your shoes and I look down at my high heel stiletto shoes and I'm like, please.
Ooh,
I can walk in these for miles.
Never done that before, but willing to try.
We didn't hear what brought you down here, Void Valentine.
Trying not to get killed brought me down here. Same, a portal, and then I walked my ass here.
But you weren't at the front lines. What were you running from?
Utter destruction all around me. It was
I mean,
chaos. Everyone was
where?
running everywhere.
Where?
What do you mean? A Fiskar?
Why would they?
The city?
Yes. Where the hell do you think I'm from?
How did you get out of there?
Why?
I survive, honey. I survive.
But why would they build something that could also hurt Fiskar? That doesn't make any sense.
Why are we still talking about the front lines? What is this?
I don't know, but it apparently has affected a lot of places.
Like Capello?
Shit.
I don't.
What? Oh, God.
I don't know how long.
Is that where you're from?
But judging from what I saw, I think everything might be
Poor child.
gone soon. There was a blast. There were a lot of blasts. There was one large one that I saw. It contorted time. It was so strong. I turned into a 200-year-old man and back to myself in an instant. And then I saw a slow expanding. I just had to run. I had to leave.
It contorted time.
Oh no, I think I remember something like that. You're right.
I felt it too.
Is this like a magical bomb?
Oh yes, that's what he said it was.
It wasn't though. It wasn't just one bomb. There were explosions
mages.
everywhere.
Oh no, that was the tears of whatever.
That was Tears Judgment.
This was way different.
The general, he must have. I was somewhat coerced by the dwarves, and I saw them they made some radio call, and I think that's what the barrage was. And the other side decided to strike back, I think.
This is all because Basil didn't follow the 10 steps.
Was having a giant magical bomb the first step?
No!
May have been a little flawed from the start.
Whose was it? If Tyr's judgment was the weapon of Barras, this thing, this magical bomb, was Fiskar?
Yes. Basil said it was the reason why everyone had to do what we said.
It doesn't make
So
sense.
confused. I'm so confused here.
I know, right? It seems very stupid.
Are we just exaggerating like end of the world? Because I have a lot of shit back up there that I need to get back to.
I know, and I need to get back to Mama and Papa.
I do have a shift tomorrow as well. Is this something that we think has hurt a lot of cities? Well, how are we so sure of this? Is the coast been affected?
I don't know.
Well, how do we find out? What, are we gonna sit around here and drink whatever, eat our spongy yeast rolls?
Did they ever find you bread? I don't think they did.
I don't know. I just am keeping expecting it.
Listen, I was there at the front lines when Tyr's judgment started falling, raining, targeting us, however you want to put it. And those explosions were nothing compared to that final one. That weird time contortion that you mentioned, feeling old and then young and then normal again, those came from that larger explosion. And there were colors like I'd never seen in the airs. And then darkness. It wasn't upon us yet. It was slow spreading, but it was slowly growing like nightfall, only it wasn't because of the sun.
You saw more than I ever did then.
I saw the same.
I don't know how much we would be able to gather if we went back topside, but I think it's gonna have to happen eventually.
Of course. Yes. We must go back to Fiskar. Void must get his stuff.
What if we were all teleported
Their
here?
stuff. Excuse me.
If we were all teleported here, how would we know? How would we get back? I can't find that again.
Yeah,
I wasn't teleported.
Oh,
I know a place we can climb out. It's
perfect.
a bit of a walk down the tunnels, but
Yeah.
I think I could find it again.
Everybody,
Okay.
excuse me, forgive me for oversharing. I've been told it's a bad habit of mine. But I have for a long time been plagued with, you may call them visions. To me, it's things that I've seen in my mind. They never did not exist. You know, it's very real. And I'm from a village far to the north, and I have seen that village destroyed in my mind. You know, I've seen it covered in smoke and this sludge, this looks like the bomb, and this is something. I think that this is what I have seen. I think that this is everywhere.
Uncle Alfie had visions after he had bad opium trips, Mama said. Are you sure that this is not what this is?
This is a very big continent that we live on. You can't. Do you think everywhere is like Fiskar? And if you're not sure of that, then we have to at least go and make sure.
I suppose you are welcome to do so, stranger.
Yeah, let's go visit Fiskar first.
Yeah, yeah.
Wink sort of heaves up off her bar stool and reaches over and grabs Cage's pitcher of water, takes a mouthful, swishes it around, spits it on the floor, and there's a decent amount of blood in there. I'm more than happy to take you to the spot I'm thinking of, but I need a little time to recoup first.
Oh, do you need healing?
I mean, you look fine to me.
Thanks.
I can heal.
So the bartender
Wow,
comes
nice.
back out, and as far as bread goes, all we have is a sponge of yeast bread. Are you okay with that, Cage?
Yes, that is great. Thank you.
Good. You want some? You said butter too, right?
Please.
Okay, good. All right. Well, here. She puts it in front of you on the table, on the bar top. So what brings y'all to the suburbs?
Suburbs.
This is
Oh, I
the
like this.
suburbs?
This is nice. Oh.
That's what we call it.
Herbs. I get it.
I don't think you know what that means. We're just passing through.
Oh, y'all just passing through? You're not gonna stay?
Oh God, no.
There.
Maybe.
Oh, I don't think so. I would like to go back home.
Right.
Okay.
Who's
Not
in
really.
charge down here?
Oh, well, that depends. Who is it now? And she reaches over the bar, like leans over the bar in between Void and Wink, and she kind of smacks the guy who's slumped over a table. She taps him on the shoulder. Who is that? Who was that last one that was in charge? He sits up heavily. Well, a couple of years ago, it was Kurg Town. Right. Oh, I like Kurg. He was a psychopath. Yeah, but there were so many apples around when he was in charge. Well, who is it now? Erasmus. Right. We haven't seen him in a while, though. He's been pretty quiet. You know what? If you want to talk to someone in charge, you should probably go see Palaverous Pete.
Palaverous Pete.
Yeah. He runs a general store just down the street there.
Oh, I'm butchering the spelling, but that's okay. Palaverous Pete runs the general store.
Palaverous Pete, yeah.
I hold up some of the Fiskar cash that I got in my intro session. I just hold up just like whatever one gold piece worth is, and I say,
Would you like a real drink?
"Is this good here?"
Of course.
Okay.
Barris,
Okay,
Fiskar, don't matter to us. Bring it on down.
Take a drink then. Maybe.
All right, you want the good stuff, or you want what we make here?
Good.
I'd say take the good stuff.
I'll take the good stuff.
Well, all right then. And she picks up a bottle, and Trevelyan, you would know that this is not, in fact, the good stuff. At least not on the surface, it's not.
Okay.
Down here, it might be. You don't know. But
Okay.
On the surface, this is like bottom shelf.
Oh, but that's fine. Is that the same thing that she gave me when I asked for the good stuff?
Yes.
Then that's fine. No.
You want a single, a double, triple? You feeling saucy tonight?
I'll take a double.
All right. She pours out and slides it over to you. That'll be 2 gold pieces, please.
I'll hand over the cash.
Wink makes a note of where he sticks the rest of it.
Yeah, I think it's just like in my poncho.
I lean over to Void and I go, she only charged me a silver. Interesting.
Everybody's getting screwed around here.
Trevelyan, as she slides the shot over to Droth, she winks at you. You would all notice that she is very, very pale. Maybe it's kind of hard to tell in the neon light, but maybe like a sallow complexion. But a sweet disposition.
Well, if
Okay,
we're done flashing cash around, you were saying something about healing.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you. We're on the same page.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I was just going to do her. Are you okay?
Oh, me?
Valentine?
Yeah, you.
Oh, I'm fine.
Okay,
I'm
great.
doing
All right, here we go. Yes.
Just take care of.
All right.
I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Me? Oh, hi, I'm Trevelyan. Hello, nice to meet you. You know, I
And-
have a Void Valentine original. I'll show it to you sometime.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
good. But what about my fellow tiefling?
She just got healed for 8. As he
Oh,
chants a spell and hums a little and
you can call me Wink.
wink.
Wink. That's cute.
Hey, I'm back up to half.
Oh my God.
Oh,
And I'm sorry, are there the others? What is your name, Sir Robes?
Oh, Cage.
Cage.
It's really a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Valentine. Sir,
Void Valentine. Just Void Valentine.
just avoid. Okay, I'm very. It won't happen again.
Yes.
And you, sir?
And the Dragonborn.
Yes, Droth of the Shard Stealer clan.
I guess there's safety in numbers. Down here doesn't look very safe.
There was.
is Trevelyan from a background that their name would be known to anyone else from like high society?
That's up to James.
What was your last name, Trevelyan?
Barbeau.
You might recognize that from Fiskar, yeah.
Yes.
Maybe you haven't heard the name Trevelyan, but you've heard the name Barbo.
Oh, do
Come on, Papa.
you mention your last name?
Yes.
Hmm.
Oh, yes, no, Papa, but you did. He pulls out a Void Valentine watch. Because Papa bought me this for my birthday. Yes. He like hands it to you. I love the craftsmanship. It's so beautiful.
That was one of my favorite collections.
Oh, yes, thank you so much. Yeah. Good work.
Please.
And you, Miss Tiefling, what did you say your
Wink.
name was?
That was Wink.
Wink, and you were, I'm sorry, in the army? You keep saying
Much
front
like
line.
you, against my will. Yes, I was retread, as they call it. Conscripted to serve time in the military as opposed to time behind bars. I think I chose the wrong option.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
Well,
Well, I don't know, because then maybe you would have been wherever the tears were falling as the jail cell collapsed around you.
I would wager bars are not a place to be behind right now.
Get yourself blown half to bits and then tell me how you feel after. Still doubting my decision at this point.
Okay.
But feeling a little better, thanks to you, Barbo. And tell me, why was your family gained wealth through fishing, right?
Yes. Yes.
And what was someone like you doing with dragons? Negotiating
Have you heard
over a
of
weapon?
Basil Cavanaugh? What is that his name?
Yes.
Davenport.
I'm familiar.
Davenport.
Basil
Basil
Davenport. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's part of the. Yes, I'm familiar.
Yes, well, yes, he was in charge of the expedition, negotiating
Wait,
peace.
Basil's the one that got eaten by a dragon.
Yes.
Oh, there is justice in the world.
Well, yes, but then immediately afterward, everybody died, so it was actually very terrible.
Yes, and he wasn't eaten by the dragon, he was spit out by the dragon, I believe, for somewhat unappetizing.
I was busy panicking. I don't really remember.
I would say
The
melted.
person responsible for all of that.
Oh, yes. Well, I mean, there's bad people on both sides because the dwarves immediately started shooting us,
I don't like that false equivalency, thank you.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well, let's say we hit this general store, stock up, provision ourselves, and then we can start making whatever efforts are worth making towards scouting the surface.
How long do you expect this walk to take, Wink?
It was the better part of an afternoon. Maybe it's worth resting up here first.
We should buy Cage shoes.
Yeah, general store might hopefully have some, though you're a big boy.
I don't know if they're going to
They'll
fit.
have your size.
Well, if they don't, I'm sure I will be fine.
Oh no.
We'll
I
make
don't
something
know.
work for you.
I'm sorry, but how do we know that it is okay to? How do we know the blast is gone? How do we know that we will not die as soon as we touch the surface? What are we looking?
We won't know unless we go.
Well, the crack in the tunnel was made by one of the bombs from Tyr's Judgment. It kind of punched a hole through the ceiling of the old train tunnels. It's enough of a crack we could stand and listen for anything above, and in its absence, take a cautious peek. It's a bit of a climb, though. We'll need some gear. So, Palaverous Pete, huh?
Yeah, Palaverous Pete. That's right.
Thanks. And what was your name?
Oh, my
Sweetheart.
name's Mirabelle.
Mirabelle.
If y'all stick around, you'll be seeing me a lot.
Something to consider. And what about that one? The one you roused to ask about leadership?
Oh, he doesn't really have, I just call him Stank.
Wink quickly decides that he's not worth pickpocketing. Oh. No. Anyone need a drink for the road?
If you were to get close enough to pickpocket him, you could tell why he is called Stank.
It's all right. That's okay. All right. Bring your pitcher of water with you, Cage. Something tells me no one's going to stop you.
You can leave the empty over at Pete's. I'll get it back later. You want me to fill that up for you again?
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
No problem. Fills it up with the faucet under the bar and dunks on the bar top for you. I'll be seeing y'all.
Oh, why do you say that? Like, no, we're going back home.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope to not see you again.
Not that it hasn't been wonderful, honestly.
I can't say that.
Okay.
Something feels off about this place.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to clear up. Were you naked before you teleported, or was that a part of the process?
No, I was naked before I teleported. Yeah.
That's very brave.
Well, I didn't exactly know that I was teleporting, or I don't believe that this is really how I would. This is not how I would go to work, so I don't.
No.
I wouldn't go to a portal in that same vein. No.
And is this portaling something you do often?
No.
Okay. All right. I guess that's all I wanted.
I really wish I had more information for you, but I woke up in a completely different place than I was the night before.
Oh, yes.
And
it's
bad.
not by some sort of substance. Not that there's anything wrong with any of that. That was just not my story.
Okay.
All right. Well then, stand up, stretch, sort of peel my blood-soaked jumpsuit away from my body where it's kind of stuck. Who wants to go visit Persnickety Pete?
No,
That's Palaverous Pete.
Palaverous Pete.
Wing just starts making for the door.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mirabelle.
Thank you, Mirabelle.
I'll see y'all around.
I'm going to tell my friends about your establishment. It's quite nice.
I will know.
You go out the door into the suburbs. There is a pretty wide street. The street is designed because of the size of the cavern that was in, meaning the street wasn't really designed As you walk out of the lowdown, it may strike you once again about this city in front of you. As you get closer to buildings, you can tell that they are ramshackle. OSHA does not exist down here. Okay. You can see in the close distance, you can see that there are skyscrapers of a sort that go up to the cavern ceiling. Windows along the length of them that have light coming through them, neon light. And the street is, or the road or the stone that you're walking on is a little moist. And you do see other people. You're on the outskirts of the city right now, but as you walk in, you do see people here and there. On the side of the road, you see a man who's wearing a sandwich board. And on the front of the sandwich board, there is a symbol that looks like a line drawing of an eclipse. And underneath that, in really childish hand lettering, it just says, "Whenever." He's standing off to the side of the road, and anybody that walks by, of which there are a couple by the time you get there, you see him talking at them. And they just sort of walk on past him.
Is he on our way? Are we going to pass him?
Unless you want to cross the street.
I want to hear what he's saying.
Okay.
So I'll keep making that path.
As you get closer, you can see that he has a bandage tied around his eyes. And he's talking almost to himself, but when people get near, he seems to know that they're there. So you don't know, maybe he can see through the bandage, you know what I mean? Maybe he's just putting that on. But as you get closer, he looks at you. Wink. I need you to understand that time it's not linear. I mean, it is linear, but it's like a film strip. You can rewind it.
Huh. Good to know. Thanks. I'm just kind of like move around.
Can you be more specific?
You don't understand that out there in the universe is this person, this used to be this god named Saros, who's coming for everybody. I can tell that you don't understand what I'm saying. And I get that. I do. But I used to be alive. And then I wasn't. And then I was again. Just rewound. Like a film strip.
Very much like to rewind time as well.
My friend, I believe your sorrows may have already come.
What do you mean?
I believe that I would just encourage you to experience the outside if you could, because
I tried the outside. I was up on the surface and the light was too much for me. So I had to come down here. But you see, where I come from, there is no sun. It's evil, the sun. So I came down here hoping it was going to be better, but it's not because I got these fucking lights in my face all the time. And I wish I could go back to where I was. You understand? It was beautiful. It was oblivion. It was wonderful. And then somebody, Saros, hit the rewind button on my life. You understand? And now here I am, stuck here with you.
We are not stuck together.
Yeah, I'm gonna go now.
Can we move on?
Yeah.
We actually are doing kind of a party thing. If you feel like you need to join,
Stop that.
it's not like we
Yeah,
know.
you don't. No, you don't have
No.
to do that.
No.
You don't. No, you really don't have to do
No.
that.
It's fine.
My
No.
friends, you know.
No. No.
Don't call me that either.
We're acquaintances.
All these people come walking by and they got no idea that this whole thing is just sham. The whole thing's gonna come tumbling down on top of you. You understand? Not literally the thing.
How did he see us?
I'm surrounded by idiots.
He's very good. Let's go.
Yeah, halfway down the block.
Yeah,
Lincoln's
we're
just like,
following after
keep up.
Wink.
Yeah, like I'm moving. I'm moving.
I feel like Cage is
Moving.
nice enough that he stays the longest, but he's just doing that thing where he's like going 1 inch further as time goes on.
Keep moving.
Okay, well, eventually you come to a place where the nice bartender told you it would be. There's a general store. And that's what it says on the sign. It says general store.
Well, this is where I guess RP is.
Labyrinth Pete.
That's right. So I think now is when we will take our break. So if you would like to get some beverages or perhaps do the opposite of that, if you know what I mean, then we will be back in about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
Hope Cage finds some shoes.
Be right back.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Endless Midnight Genesis. In the first half, the characters didn't really get to know each other, but they're on their way. And they are on their way to see Palaverous Pete, who supposedly runs a general store in this suburban town underneath Scythia. Morgan, I really liked your reaction to the name of the suburbs. You were like, ugh.
Somewhere Jason Meadows smiled. And he doesn't know
I can
why.
see the hyphen. Yep. It's terrible.
Okay, so as you're entering the store, Steven and Void Valentine, what are your passive perceptions?
Question 14 for
14.
Both 14. Okay. As you're entering the store, you notice a figure in the near distance that disappears down an alleyway. It is someone you have seen before, recently. Someone extremely large, wearing a black, I guess a cloak. You recognize that figure. It could only be Brutus. He doesn't see you, but he's walking down an alleyway on the opposite side of the street.
I look around to see if anybody else noticed that.
I don't know if I would ping it. I was gonna ask, as we're walking in the door, knowing how sort of under the radar communities can be, as we approach the general store, which is likely kind of a staple in this community, do I see anyone that looks like they're just trying to blend into the surrounding, but is actually like keeping an eye on things, like maybe enforcers posted up just trying to look nonchalant?
Roll a perception check for me. There, Wink.
How far away is Brutus from us?
Oh, he's like 50 feet away, maybe 60.
Ooh, 21. I rolled a 19.
Okay, so you don't oddly no. You don't see people posted around. Like, there aren't any guards. There's not as you walk down the road, most people aren't paying any attention to you at all as they walk. And there aren't a lot of people walking past you at this part of the city, but the people who are in your purview, they don't seem to pay much mind. No.
And you said Brutus did not notice us.
Yes.
Hey, Cage, did you have any big friends that came down here with you?
Fred, no, I was definitely alone.
Okay, you're just a big guy, so I didn't know if there were a lot of if you.
I believe there are a few big guys. I don't know. I know a few, but none down here.
Okay, just checking. No word. No, just wondering.
Okay.
Love to see a big guy. That's all. Okay.
I don't think all big guys know each other though. Like, that's weird. It's a weird thing to say, man.
I mean, they go to the same gyms, right? It's like.
Oh, yeah, yes. Someone from your gym, maybe, Kate?
Do you know this guy?
No, I don't.
Does any?
No, I don't know anybody down here, including you four.
Okay, well, I guess.
Well, I know you, Droth. Droth Shardstealer. We have introduced each other, and you seem like a stand-up gentleman.
Oh,
not you, Wink.
So
I didn't say you seem like a stand-up gentleman. I know you, Wink. You got very handsy when we first met. Yes.
Fucking rich people.
I'll
make my way into the store.
I'll follow behind.
Have you met Wink before?
No. She's a grabber. Watch your butt.
Oh well.
Yeah.
I'm carrying a robe and a pair of briefs. I don't even have.
I know. She's just gonna slip right in there and get a bunch of cheek.
Oh well.
Yeah.
She'll figure out the hard way. I don't have much to give. Although, I would like to say I do have an honest job and an honest. I make an honest living back in Capello. I don't want it to be. I take money from you all. I'm some poor sap or something. I really plan to pay back anything I need to take.
Cage, do not worry. Mama and Papa told me that it is the duty of us to help those in need. And you are in need, my friend. Let's go. Let's get you some shoes.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, so how's the store look?
So you walk into the store, and there are shelves arranged very neatly. You can see most of the things that you would see in a store in Fiskar or Burras. Maybe they have a smaller selection, but they have the basic needs there. As you get towards the counter, there is a human man sitting behind the counter. You see him and he sees you. As you can, he has short hair. He's clean shaven. Pretty skinny, but you feel like if he stood up, he'd be pretty tall. And he just regards you as you enter the store.
Palaverous Pete, I presume.
That's a misnomer.
Oh.
Like an ironic nickname.
What does palaverous mean? I actually don't. I'm not good with vocabulary.
Yeah, would we know that? Anything about that?
Yes. No.
That is an English word, yes.
No, I don't know I don't know what it means. No, I'm serious. Is it Elven?
Like
Or Dwarven?
Like, I am very serious.
It's a common word.
No, it's not. No, I'm
That's
going to tell you right now that none of my friends say palaverous in normal compensation, Mr. Pete.
Like
No,
Mrs. Noma?
It's Miss.
Palaverous.
Oh, Miss No. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, palaverous Pete. Well, yes.
Okay.
Y'all can just call me Pete.
Okay.
Palaverous.
Do you have? All right. Well, now besides these clothes for my friend, do you have a thesaurus?
You
I know those still roam this land.
you looking for some clothes there?
Yes. Yes, we are. We're also on the lookout for thesauruses.
Well, now you do.
Oh no, we're gonna get attacked by a thesaurus. What did you do, Steven?
Oh man.
That's
Okay.
right.
Whew. While they're making pleasant introductions, I'm just gonna glance over my shoulder. Cage, follow me, honey. We'll get you set up and grab what we need.
Now, wouldn't it? That would be lovely. Yep.
I'm gonna just start walking the aisles, not even checking price tags, just grabbing things that we need and making Cage carry them, adding stuff to the pile in his arms.
Cage is like looking at one pair of shoes and looking at the other, like trying to decide which one matches his complexion more.
There aren't a lot of choices. It's more like, does it fit or not? And even if it does, I don't know if they're going to be super comfy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, anything you find is going to be well made, but
utilitarian.
Yeah.
Are there weapons here?
Not that you can see, no. I mean, improvised weapons, sure. You see fish hooks, pickaxes.
Yeah. I know some things I'd like to get, but they're pretty run-of-the-mill equipment. Do we need to see if he would have it, or will he have the basics? I'm talking like rope, grappling hooks. Probably, if he has any crampons, at least one pair. of crampons, titans, a hammer.
It's a lot of fun.
Clothes for Cage.
Without role playing it out, I will say that you will be able to find a climber's kit. Yes, but just one climber's kit. That's the D&D 5e climber's kit for anybody paying attention.
And extra rope.
Maybe some extra rope. Sure.
Cool.
I've got rope.
Oh.
I mean, you see Void Valentine with like a backpack with a few things in it. Like, it's like.
Yeah.
He had a moment to get ready, or Void Valentine had a moment to get ready.
Must have been nice.
I always have a stash.
I'd like to talk to Pete at the counter while this is going on.
So y'all staying in town, or you're just passing through?
Passing
Pete,
through.
Passing through.
Please tell me, do you have contact with the world above?
Of course you do.
Have you contacted them?
About what?
Just in the last, day or so?
What are you on about, son?
Just would love to see if your radio work, just to talk to.
Radios don't work down here.
How do you contact the people?
Old-fashioned way. Ink and paper.
Okay. Now who sends this? Who sends this?
Whoever happens to be heading up.
Okay.
Oh.
Now listen. If you're going to stay in town, the best I can help you with is I can help you find a job. That's the best I can do.
That's very kind of you. If we end up coming back, could you then offer us the job? Because right now we're attempting to just leave.
Oh, y'all want to leave?
Yes, we're going back up.
Not from here,
Yeah,
obviously.
we're going home.
And I already have a job. I have a very successful business.
It's
I
true.
need to get back to it.
This is Void Valentine.
I also have a job.
Congratulations.
So what are you doing down here then?
Oh, well, there were the certain collapses and very dangerous things.
It was utter chaos.
But I'm sure it's all been sorted out.
Well, that's what we need to confirm.
Right, we're gonna go check it out. And then if we come back, we might need a job.
Mr. Pete, I expect that no matter what, you should expect some disruption to your supplies.
Oh, that's happened before. It'll happen again. Surface cuts off the power, cut off our supply lines. We're used to eating spider legs.
Okay.
Spider legs. Does it taste good?
Well, that depends on who you ask.
Well, I'm asking you.
No.
Oh.
Are we done here?
I step up with Cage as we drop all our gear on the counter. Any weapons?
Nope.
Come on.
No.
Russ said you would be able to point us in the right direction.
Russ told you that.
Mm-hmm.
Russ full of shit.
Hmm.
Everybody knows that.
None of you have any kind of weapons on you whatsoever?
I am armed. But I would be willing to purchase anything that this fine gentleman had to offer.
I definitely don't have a weapon.
I would like to give Cage a weapon, sir.
I mean, I did. use
No,
it as a
those
weapon.
do look. Oh my god, that's so. Oh my god, and you like my fist up next to Cage's fist. Oh no, no, that would kill somebody. I think you're good, Cage. This is insane.
I did kill a few people on the train.
Oh, do
But-
you?
Sorry.
I have a sword cane. Do you just want it? I feel like you would do better with it.
I've never held a sword before.
Okay, no, then I'll keep it. No, it's fine.
Find a club for you or something.
Yeah, just a stick.
I'm gonna glance over. I imagine this kind of a town that doesn't have great construction. People are always having to fix up their own shit, right?
Yeah.
You know those heavy metal things that bricklayers use to smooth out mortar, where it's got like a handle and then just a heavy metal plate?
A trowel?
A trowel, that's the one. Yes, I want to find a trowel or two, if possible.
I just read a book where the main character uses a trowel for the beginning of this adventure.
All right. Well, then in that case, you can find a single trowel.
Yes.
It will have the stats of a dagger, however.
Oh, okay.
It's not heavy.
Oh, it's not for me. It's for
saying.
Cage.
Yeah, it's for Cage.
I'm just saying, for whoever's going to use it, it would have the stats of a dagger.
Give Cage the trowel. So he's got essentially like a way oversized brass knuckle type rig.
Thank you for your kindness.
Oh, I'm not paying. And I smile oh so sweetly at Droth.
So y'all aren't staying around, huh?
Well, hold that thought. We might be back.
Let me see what you got there. What you want to buy?
It's a mosh podge of a trowel and like shoes and some capris and a
Pants, please pick pants.
Capris it is.
Climber's kit.
Climber's kit.
Oh, the climber's
and like
kit,
a tank top.
Ropes, grappling hook, titans.
All right, then let's say it's 50 gold pieces.
Ooh. Come now. 50 gold? That's surface prices.
Well, it's actually more than surface prices because you are not on the surface. These things are hard to come by down here.
What about rations?
You want to buy a spider leg?
Do you have an interest in fine goods, Mr. Pete?
Oh, I think everybody's got interest in fine goods.
Have you heard of the finest craftsman to ever grace the surface, Void Valentine?
But don't you dare leave my stuff down here.
Can't say I have.
I am not allowed to trade with you anymore. We are no longer able to afford your things.
All right, then.
Can we just leave? How long is this journey going to take us up?
He would use it to tell time. Void, it is a wonderful watch.
You're not leaving my stuff down here.
I love the watch. I would really rather keep it. Thank you, Void, for convincing me to not do this.
Droth, I know you've got the money. I saw the paper.
I had one bill, so what? That's a big deal.
That's just one bill.
Come on, darling. I'll pay you back.
You were just in jail.
Void does not care that I sell it eventually, just that I sell it down here. So if I sold it up there, I could then pay you back. Void Valentine originals worth quite a bit. So I have the collateral.
Nobody down here is going to afford that.
Right. But if we get to Fiskar, we can get you your money.
Come on, Droth. Be a dear.
Can I
really don't need the. We can put the
Cage, don't you let this mean dragonborn back you down, Cage, because you are a valued member of our party.
Since when am I
determined?
You are also a valued member of our party because you have the funds. That means you're in charge, Droth.
Isn't your whole deal to have funds? What else?
I didn't come with money because I was going on a day trip. You don't just walk around with a huge sack. She was trying to steal 2 silver. I felt really bad for her.
I'm going to make a show of being super exasperated and shoulder check Droth as I walk by. And I remember he tuck those papers up under that poncho right around his chest. So as I do, I'm gonna try and like shoot my hand up there and grab it where he's got his paper money.
I want to say at the same time, I was going to try to determine if Wink actually has any money on her or if she's just completely lying.
What is this group?
Dueling sleight of hand.
I was gonna give you my Void Valentine original. I will pay. But you're like, Void Valentine is here and is super insulted by the thought. And I love it. I love it.
I don't need these capris. We don't have to do this.
Paige, you are going to look fantastic in those capris. You will buy them.
I got a 15 on my sleight of hand.
Okay, am I rolling sleight of hand as well?
What's your passive? 14,
Passive
right?
perception is 14. But I was trying to actively like eyeball Wink to see.
Yeah, so I think it would actually roll perception then in that case.
Ooh, I got a 19. I rolled a 15.
So
do I get his money, but then he gets to like X-ray vision me? So you would see that Wink again is wearing a military jumpsuit, like tucked into military boots at the ankle. You can see like threads from where patches and iconography has been ripped off. There is a slight like protrusion to one of the inner pockets of the leather jacket that she's wearing that is very obviously not meant for her. It's got a name, Plumfoot, on the breast of it. And it's kind of like, you remember in the early 2000s how like those crop jackets were a thing? It fits her about like one of those because it was sized for a halfling. And there's something in the inner pocket there, but you saw that's where she put the gun when she stashed it. Beyond that, you wouldn't see anything except the corners of your paper money disappearing into her jacket pocket as she pushes past you.
Why would you get my money if I outrolled?
Oh, are they simultaneous?
well, I think that would have been simultaneous. So
okay.
Rules is written. It's sleight of hand versus your passive. Well, she beat that, but your perception was high enough to see her doing it. So she got your money, but you saw her doing it.
That'll work.
If that makes sense.
Like, yeah, it would be like in the process of like she's like, hey girl,
No,
like, what
she
you
didn't.
doing? You just snatch off money out of my.
No, she did it. You just didn't stop her from doing
Don't
it.
snatch it out of my bra.
It's fine. I'll pay for the supplies. We need rations. We'll go to the surface world. That's fine.
And okay, Void. This fine gentleman is coming with us back to the surface, right?
No, I guess.
And I turn to you and I hand you a Void Valentine original. Hold on to that for collateral. I will expect change.
I think I would probably also see Droth clock me on what I had done and give up any attempts at concealment, just thumb out the amount of money that we need for the gear, shove the rest back into his chest. Thanks. Appreciate it. Pop the money down on the counter for Pete. Cage, there you go, darling. Get dressed.
Did you get a shirt? You don't want a shirt? That's fine. I mean,
You got a tank top.
I got a tank top.
oh, great. Fantastic.
Not gonna deny us the gun show.
And some capris. Tank top and capris and a trowel.
Sure, that will be.
You have a fine turned cap, Cage.
Who is Pete primarily focusing on in our weird fucking group?
It is really difficult to tell. He sits with his head kind of straight, like he doesn't turn it very much. And his eyes are half closed, so it's hard to tell.
Is there like an aisle that's out of his line of sight?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna storm off pouting, break line of sight, and immediately look for anything worth stealing.
On this aisle, there are gigantic bags of flour.
That's it. Just flour.
Pretty much. Baking stuff, like there's bags of like MSG and like sugar and things.
There's sugar. Is there like a stashable sized bag of sugar?
They're all really big bags, like more bigger than pocket sized.
I'll just listen for the sounds of people finishing up their business to rejoin the group.
So, Cage, as you put on this tank top and your muscles ripple, my father is very big on martial exploits. How did you do this? Can I do this? Is this possible for me?
Yes, I do not want. I don't want to claim that. I guess this. Are you just asking about like a physique
Yes. I want that. How did you do it?
Sure. I actually work. I work in a bread shop at home. It's a lot of kneading dough. It's a lot of pulling things in and out of the oven. The conditions are actually extremely hot, very miserable. You can't keep, you can't keep water weight very long because it does disappear quickly.
Okay, how many months do you think I would have to do until I got to your shreddedness?
Well, I've worked there for about 15 years.
Oh, no, I would not be willing to put in that much time, Cage.
Yes, I also do some light rollerblading.
I love rollerblading. Oh, okay. Well, maybe that will get me your butt. Oh, excellent.
Yes, and
I shall tell Papa to buy me a pair of rollerblades when I see him next.
But I think the important thing to remember is the only reason I look like this is I wake up every day and I do what I love, and I think when you do that too, I believe that that will start happening for you as well.
Oh my goodness. This is very deep, Cage. I like that. Well, I was getting good grades because it helped Mama and Papa leave me alone and give me my stipend, but what I loved was, I suppose, the music. I will think on this. Thank you, Cage. You're the best.
You're welcome.
Mr. Pete, get this man some rollerblades.
If I knew what the hell that was, I would.
I figured we would have to get to the surface to get me some rollerblades. It's okay.
So you are ready to leave the general store?
Check on the
Yes.
surface world.
Okay. So you file out of the general store. You can still see the crazy person with the sandwich board 100 feet away. He's still accosting pedestrians as they go by. You know that to get back to the crack in the ceiling, Wink, you would have to go to your right. And you step outside, you get your gear ready to go, and then the neon lights around you start to flicker and go out, casting the entire place in pitch darkness. And that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
Okay.
We walked outside the general store and everything went black?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Did we notice anything aside from everything going pitch black? Was there a rumble? Was there any like other potential sign of anything?
No, almost the
tied to it?
opposite of that. It just kind of
Just all of a sudden
went out.
Right, so when we were looking out the door of the general store, it's literally like we walked out the door and someone turned the lights off. Like
Yeah, but everywhere.
Right.
Like
Okay.
pitch black? Like,
Yes.
or are there other lights around that are on?
There are
like
no
everything.
light sources.
What
Pitch
is
black.
happening?
So like we can't even like. Well, is it
Some of
magical?
us.
Is it magical darkness? Yeah, I was like.
It is not magical darkness. It is just plain old darkness.
Okay, so I can definitely see a few.
Okay, great, good. And here's the thing: like those of us that are trapped in that actual void of darkness, if James makes us roll initiative next week,
Make
You
it.
do that.
Just put that on the record. He's gonna cast light.
it's coming,
that.
James. You just be ready.
I assumed
This
that was
battle
the
to
first
be
thing.
in full light.
I assumed that was the first thing Traveling would do would be cast light.
I
That's
am
just what happened.
I'm afraid of the dark.
It went dark.
Let's
You
just someone hit the
scream.
dimmer switch. It's fine.
No, I don't.
Do we,
I don't
do we
like
get
that.
a chance to see reactions of people?
No.
I mean, dark
Ooh.
vision.
Ooh.
Oh,
No.
with dark
Oh.
vision.
Yeah.
How far
then
is your
both
dark
of them.
vision?
Both-
60
both-
feet.
60 feet.
Both void and
Okay,
wind.
I will say you can see at least 2 people that are walking somewhere
Uh-huh.
who look extremely surprised that the lights went out.
What about the
Hmm.
Saros guy? How close? He's close by, right? What is he?
He's
look
blind, or at least wearing a blindfold. He's not
Yeah.
gonna notice.
He's
It-
blind, but somehow knows
But he can
exactly.
see us.
where
But
you
is
are.
he
We know
blind?
who that is.
Is he
You
blind?
know who that is, and you don't get to interact with him anymore.
We
'cause
can't
it'll
say
change the
shit.
continuity.
Yeah.
He's
That's-
gone.
Hang
I
on,
know.
we're gonna call this, then I'm gonna ask Alden who the fuck he thinks that is.
Oh, I know who that was.
No, we
But
got
first-
something.
We're gonna go in tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone that did, for Endless Midnight Genesis. Thank you to Cass Arts a lot for making the art for us. Thank you to Roll20 for sponsoring us. Thank you, players, for coming.
Thank you,
Thank
James.
you for
Thank
GMing.
Thank you for
We love
GMing.
I am so looking forward to just fucking with you at every turn. And
You
Uh,
were there.
we will see you next week, probably.
Yeah. Cool. Bye, everyone. Bye.